On, I guess.
Today, let's step into a tense yet fascinating journey. The hunt for Komodo dragons, one of the largest and most fearsome reptiles on the planet. Weighing up to 90 kilos and stretching over 3 meters long, they move with surprising speed, armed with saw-like teeth and saliva filled with deadly bacteria. Just a single bite can put a victim in grave danger. Beyond threatening people, Komodos often attack livestock, causing massive economic losses each year. It's this very danger that forced the Indonesian government to allow strictly controlled hunting. To join a Komodo dragon hunt, hunters must first obtain a special permit issued by Indonesia's Ministry of Environment and Forestry. But these permits are extremely limited, with only a few dozen to just over 100 granted each year, depending on population numbers and environmental conditions. Those lucky enough to secure one are bound by strict rules. No hunting alone, every kill must be thoroughly documented, and the total number taken can never exceed the set limit. Hunting Komodo dragons has never been easy. Hunters usually carry heavy rifles, most often .30 to .300 Winchester, powerful enough to bring down the beast with accuracy. But weapons alone aren't enough. The law requires each group to have at least 4 to 5 members, so when danger strikes, they can back each other up and make it out alive. The dry season from April to October is considered the best time to hunt Komodo dragons. With food in short supply, they're more easily lured into baited traps. But every hunting activity is tightly regulated. Hunters are only allowed to follow approved routes, ensuring the fragile habitat of these creatures remains protected. On every hunt, the key to drawing out a Komodo dragon is bait. These beasts have an extraordinary sense of smell, able to detect the scent of carrion from miles away. That's why hunters usually use fresh meat like goat, pig, or cattle. As the strong odor spreads under the scorching sun, the giant reptiles soon emerge. That's when hunters must keep their distance, track every move, and wait for the right moment to pull the trigger. The Komodo dragon's critical weak spots are its skull and lungs. A well-placed shot there can bring it down in an instant. But in reality, it's far from simple. When enraged, a Komodo charges with lightning speed, and a single swing of its tail can send a grown man flying. That's why hunting teams always divide their roles clearly. One shooter, a few spotters, and the rest ready to defend and step in when chaos breaks loose. When a Komodo dragon is taken down, the job isn't over. The hunting team must record detailed information, including the estimated age, gender, location, and exact time of the kill. All of this data must be submitted to the Ministry of Environment within 24 hours, either through regional offices or the online system. This strict process allows authorities to closely monitor the number of dragons hunted, preventing overharvesting while protecting the remaining population. Thanks to these measures, Komodo attacks on humans have dropped by more than 30%, and livestock losses have fallen by 75%, allowing farmers to regain stability while preserving Indonesia's iconic reptile. The journey of hunting Komodo dragons has revealed both the brutality and the mystery of these giant reptiles. Behind every shot lies not just survival, but also the bigger story of conservation and nature's balance. What do you think? Does controlled hunting truly serve as the right solution to protect both people and Komodo dragons? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow the channel so you won't miss the next videos.
Some studies show that over the past 50 years, the number of water buffalo in rural areas of Australia has doubled, even tripled. This increase not only affects the local ecosystem but also has a serious impact on the global climate. Water buffalo emit methane, a powerful greenhouse gas that significantly contributes to global warming. As their population grows, methane emissions also rise, worsening climate change. To limit these negative impacts, Australians have implemented various measures to control buffalo numbers. At dawn in the Kimberley Desert, famous for its massive buffalo population, Australian hunters and farmers set out on a daring hunting trip. After hours of patiently crossing sand dunes and bushes, they spotted a buffalo over 100 centimeters tall. Using their knowledge of the terrain and the animal's behavior, they approached cautiously, keeping a safe distance to avoid a sudden attack. When the moment came, precision and strength combined to bring the animal down, ending the hunt with a sense of satisfaction after hours of tension. Each hunting trip is not only a challenge but also an opportunity for hunters to share experiences, skills, and emotions, creating memories and deep bonds. This strengthens their passion as well as consensus in dealing with the buffalo issue. To avoid detection, they must move quietly, remain alert, avoid loud noises, and work closely with teammates to minimize the sounds of footsteps or voices that could reveal their position. Patience is key during the hunt. Hunters must carefully observe and seize the opportunity to bring down their target quickly, avoiding the risk of a buffalo counterattack. Noise-canceling headphones are also essential, protecting hearing from rifle blasts that can reach up to 140 dB, harmful levels for the ears. Since gunfire in the wild can travel at speeds of around 1,700 meters per second, hearing protection becomes a vital part of a safe and effective hunting strategy. Because hunts usually occur during the day in vast, sparsely wooded natural landscapes with limited visibility, binoculars are invaluable tools. They allow hunters to observe from afar, locate buffalo, and study their behavior, saving time and reducing the risk of being detected. In Australia, hunting buffalo requires a valid permit issued by the Wildlife Management Authority. The hunting season usually takes place in winter, from May to August. The permit specifies the number of buffalo allowed to be hunted, around 100 to 200 per season. These regulations are based on scientific research into buffalo population dynamics to ensure ecological balance. However, buffalo hunting with firearms remains controversial. Some oppose it because gunfire can stress other animals and negatively affect the environment. Spent shells and hunting waste risk polluting soil and water sources, harming ecosystems and human health. Therefore, the Australian government must continue to tighten regulations and strengthen monitoring of firearm use in hunting activities. On Fraser Island, Australia, tensions are rising as dingo attacks become increasingly frequent, recalling dangerous encounters from the past. This year alone, a 23-year-old woman was cornered by 4 dingoes. She was injured but fortunately rescued in time by nearby tourists. Authorities said such incidents are not new, and the aggressiveness of dingoes has sharply increased over the past decade, bringing back memories of the early 2000s crisis, when government control efforts were fiercely opposed. Not only do they threaten humans, but on farms in Queensland, dingoes also cause severe damage. They attack at night, costing farmers up to $2.5 million a year in livestock losses. Meanwhile, the tourism industry in Hervey Bay is also shaken, as visitors begin to reconsider trips to its pristine beaches. In early 2025, the Australian government officially approved a dingo hunting plan, a controversial but unavoidable decision. The plan was carried out mainly on farms, where attacks were most frequent. Hunters often work in groups to reduce risks. Experience shows that ground signs such as droppings, sheep's wool, or bone fragments clearly reveal dingo activity. They tend to mark territory by rubbing against large tree trunks, and if footprints are fresh, it means they were there just hours earlier. Technology is also used in control. One of the professional hunter's secrets is using sound devices that mimic the labored breathing of prey. This sound triggers predatory instincts, luring dingoes out of their dens in search of an easy feast. But the chance lasts only a few seconds. The hunter must keep a 30 to 50 feet distance for safe and precise action. In addition, foothold traps are placed strategically, often under dry leaves near patrol paths, to trick their sharp instincts. At first, when the government gave the green light to hunting, public opinion in Australia strongly opposed it. But reality spoke. In just 3 peak months, more than 2,500 dingoes were hunted, while foothold traps caught over 3,800. As a result, livestock attacks dropped by 65%. People, once outraged, gradually realized hunting was not destruction but a way to protect livelihoods.
That dog's dragged that log.
In addition, foothold traps are placed strategically, often under dry leaves near patrol paths, to trick their sharp instincts. At first, when the government gave the green light to hunting, public opinion in Australia strongly opposed it.
Caught a jake trap. Again from...
But reality spoke. In just 3 peak months, more than 2,500 dingoes were hunted, while foothold traps caught over 3,800. As a result, livestock attacks dropped by 65%. People, once outraged, gradually realized hunting was not destruction but a way to protect livelihoods. The question remains, has the current hunting measure been effective enough, or should it be improved further? Both the people and the Australian government must consider carefully, as the conflict between humans and dingoes is far from over.
Excellent.
In the United States, it's estimated that hundreds of thousands of mountain lions roam the forests and rugged slopes, especially in states like California, Colorado, Arizona, and Texas. Once, they lived quietly, rarely crossing paths with humans. But since the beginning of this year, countless attacks on livestock, pets, and even people have been reported. The cause lies in the constant expansion of residential areas, forcing these predators to lose more and more of their natural habitat. Now, encounters right at people's doorsteps have turned into a growing fear for suburban communities. The question is, how will America confront this looming danger? In recent years, the growing presence of mountain lions has forced both farmers and authorities to take action. The U.S. government, working with wildlife control agencies, has laid out a tactical plan, combining precision rifles with specially trained hunting dogs. But why is this method considered one of the most effective ways to keep such unpredictable predators in check? The rifles used in mountain lion hunts are nothing like ordinary firearms. Most hunters rely on sniper or semi-automatic rifles chambered in .243 Winchester, .308 Winchester, or 6.5 Creedmoor, renowned for their flat trajectory and near-perfect accuracy. Outfitted with high-powered scopes, these rifles ensure precise shots even on steep, rugged terrain. But the most powerful weapon isn't the gun, it's the hounds. Trained from a young age, they learn to pick up scents, navigate harsh terrain, and corner the lion. This training can take up to 2 years, covering scent tracking, endurance in the mountains, and quick response to both voice commands and GPS collars. On dangerous hunts like these, hunters bring more than just rifles and dogs. They rely on thermal scopes, handheld GPS units, radios, and even off-road vehicles to navigate vast stretches of wilderness. These tools aren't just for convenience, they're essential for survival, ensuring safety against a predator that stalks from the shadows. A mountain lion hunt is rarely short. It can last anywhere from half a day to 2 full days, depending on the weather, terrain, and the trail of the animal. Because danger is always close, hunters almost never go alone. Instead, they move in small groups of 2 to 4, with each member taking on a specific role, handling the dogs, guiding the route, or serving as the marksman. Mountain lions often hide deep in rugged wilderness, from the Rocky Mountains and Sierra Nevada to the wilds of Texas, Arizona, and New Mexico. They favor dense forests, sheer cliffs, and places rarely touched by people as their hunting grounds. To track them, hunters carefully study footprints and rely on data from previous sightings recorded by wildlife agencies. Hunting a mountain lion with rifles and hounds is a demanding pursuit that relies on tight coordination between man and dog. The chase begins when seasoned hounds are released to pick up fresh tracks left in snow, mud, or damp forest ground. Once they catch the scent, the dogs drive the lion across steep slopes and rocky terrain until it's cornered. Often, the animal scrambles up a tree or cliff to escape, forcing hunters to follow the sound of barking through the wilderness. In that final moment, a steady aim and safe position are critical to take the shot. Still, each hunt usually brings down only one cat, as these predators are solitary by nature. Hunting mountain lions with rifles and hounds offers clear advantages. It allows hunters to pinpoint their location, approach safely in rugged terrain, and avoid dangerous face-to-face encounters. This way, management can be more selective, targeting only the animals confirmed to have attacked livestock. Still, the method comes with real challenges. Training and keeping a pack of hounds is costly, and the risk of injury to both dogs and hunters is ever present. On top of that, conservationists continue to debate the ethics, arguing that such chases put tremendous stress on the animals. Despite ongoing debate, in many parts of the United States, where protecting livestock and community safety is a top priority, this combined approach is still seen as the most reliable option. It not only helps control the threat posed by mountain lions, but also represents a careful balance between safeguarding people, managing wildlife populations, and blending traditional hunting practices with modern techniques. The journey of exploring how Americans deal with mountain lions reveals the fragile balance between survival and conservation, between human safety and the wildness of nature. So, what do you think is the best way for people and mountain lions to coexist? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss the next gripping story. On the remote islands of Indonesia exists a colossal reptile, the Komodo dragon, the ultimate apex predator of the natural world. Reaching over 3 meters in length and weighing up to 90 kilograms, they are not just lizards but terrifying hunting machines. Their lightning-fast strikes, saw-like teeth, and saliva teeming with bacteria make any bite potentially life-threatening. This is why the Indonesian government intervenes, issuing tightly controlled hunting permits. To join this extraordinary hunt, hunters must obtain permission from the Ministry of Environment and Forestry of Indonesia. Each year, only about 60 to 120 permits are granted, depending on population and ecological conditions. No one is allowed to hunt alone. The law requires groups of 4 to 5 members, both for support and safety. After each expedition, full details such as time, location, and size of the animal must be reported within 24 hours, either to the local office or via the online system. The dry season, from April to October, is considered the most favorable time. When food is scarce, Komodo dragons are more easily lured to bait. Islands such as Flores, Rinca, and Komodo are hotspots, but hunting here is strictly regulated. Participants must follow designated routes to avoid disturbing the natural habitat. The secret to success lies in the bait. The Komodo dragon's sense of smell is extremely sharp, capable of detecting fresh meat from several kilometers away. Hunters usually use goat, cattle, or pork to attract them. When the scent spreads in the hot, dry air, massive silhouettes begin to emerge. At that moment, the team must keep their distance, observe carefully, and wait for the perfect chance to strike. The dragon's weak points are the head and lungs. Easier said than done, however. Once provoked, they charge with incredible speed, and even a tail swipe can send a person flying several meters. That's why roles are clearly divided. one main shooter, 2 observers, and the rest on standby for emergencies. After each capture, the dragon is measured, its age, sex, and condition recorded, then all data sent to the ministry. Thanks to this system, Komodo attacks on humans have dropped by more than 30% in recent years, while livestock losses have fallen by 75%. Farmers now feel safer, local economies recover, and the dragon population remains stable. In truth, hunting Komodo dragons is not just a dangerous confrontation but a testament to discipline and teamwork. It is not entertainment, but a management effort to balance human safety with conservation. Hunters must be experienced, patient, calm, and above all, respectful of this unique creature. The Komodo dragon, both a source of pride and a threat to Indonesia, is kept in balance through these controlled hunts. Each shot carries not only thrill but also responsibility toward the community and the rare natural heritage of our planet. If you found this journey fascinating, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to follow more thrilling adventures.
In recent years, India has been facing a real crisis caused by wild monkeys. Entire troops have multiplied uncontrollably, swarming into villages, destroying crops, and leaving millions of farmers in despair. Each ruined harvest, each devastated field only fuels the growing anger among the people. But the threat goes far beyond lost crops. These fearless monkeys have started attacking humans, breaking into homes, stealing food, and spreading fear throughout the countryside. Traffic accidents caused by monkeys darting across the roads have also become alarmingly common. Faced with this growing danger, can farmers find a way to reclaim their peaceful lives? Every year, wild monkeys cause millions of dollars in damage, crippling India's agriculture and leaving people in constant fear. Faced with this growing problem, farmers and wildlife control authorities have been forced to take action. They've tried countless methods to stop the uncontrolled spread of these animals. Among them, the most effective and humane approach is using cage traps combined with tranquilizer guns, an effort to keep the population in check while still preserving the natural balance of the ecosystem. Locals often set traps in areas where monkeys frequently pass, using ripe bananas, mangoes, or papayas as bait. Once a monkey takes the lure, hunters quickly step in to handle the situation, ensuring the animals aren't harmed and the area remains safe. Though it sounds simple, this method demands patience and precise skill. Others prefer using net traps, a more complex and labor-intensive technique. These nets are carefully concealed along the monkey's usual paths, and the moment the troop gets close, the trap drops in an instant, cutting off every escape route. Alongside trapping, many professional hunters rely on tranquilizer guns, tools that demand both precision and steady hands. Each dart is specially formulated to knock the monkeys unconscious temporarily without causing them harm. Only licensed hunters are allowed to use these weapons, as they must understand the animal's behavior and be ready for any unpredictable reaction. When it's time to pull the trigger, they aim carefully at the head or chest for maximum effect, then move quickly to capture and transport the monkeys to secure, controlled areas. While these hunts have proven effective in controlling the monkey population, they remain a source of heated debate.
Yeah, we might stay a few more minutes. Just
many see them as cruel acts that go against the spirit of wildlife conservation. However, the government views it differently. With crops being destroyed and people constantly under threat, intervention has become unavoidable, a necessary measure to restore order and ensure the safety of local communities.
Yeah.
It's not just wild monkeys that trouble the people of India, they also face another growing threat, the baboon, a creature both intelligent and fearless. These animals descend from the forests, raiding cornfields, destroying fruit orchards, and even storming into homes to steal food. For families living near the forest's edge, the echoes of baboon screams at dusk have become a haunting routine, a chilling reminder that their once peaceful life is being invaded, little by little, every single day. As baboon attacks grew increasingly out of control, the government had no choice but to step in. Strict regulations were issued, and hunting permits were officially granted, a necessary move to contain the damage caused by these cunning animals. Every hunter must follow the rules, only use silenced rifles to avoid alarming nearby residents or wildlife, and never target young or pregnant baboons. Each shot fired, therefore, isn't just an act of hunting, it's a measure of responsibility toward nature itself. Behind every hunt, every trap, and every tranquilizer shot lies a story of survival, a struggle of humans trying to reclaim peace amid the untamed wilderness. What do you think is the most effective and humane way to solve this problem? Share your thoughts with us in the comments below. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe so you won't miss the next gripping stories about the ongoing battle between man and nature.
This morning, we set out for Texas, a place often called the paradise of coyotes. Here, these animals multiply rapidly, defying nearly every control measure humans have tried. The state not only allows hunting but even encourages it as a way to keep their numbers in check, though under strict limits. With our permits secured, the whole team steps into a journey filled with tension and excitement. Join us on today's hunt, and get ready for the thrilling moments that are about to unfold. We made sure everything was ready, rifles loaded, scopes adjusted, and the collar set to lure in coyotes. Then the team quietly moved deep into the vast grasslands of Texas, where the tense hunt officially began. After picking a hidden ambush spot, we placed the collar in the thick grass. Time dragged on until a shadow appeared in the distance. The first coyote crept closer, eyes glowing, ears alert. As soon as it stepped into range, I squeezed the trigger. One shot was all it took. The animal dropped instantly. The collar kept sending out its steady cries, drawing coyotes in one after another, driven by curiosity and raw instinct. Each time a shadow appeared, the tension tightened like a stretched wire. Slowly, I raised my rifle, adjusted the scope, took a deep breath to steady my aim, and locked onto a vital spot. The moment my finger pulled the trigger, a sharp crack split the prairie. The coyote dropped instantly, taken down by a single, coldly precise shot. My teammates reacted just as fast, their shots ringing out sharp and precise, dropping targets one after another. Coyotes fell in quick succession, a clear sign of the marksmanship our team had honed through years of practice. But the gunfire didn't scare them off. Instead, it fueled the chaos. Angry growls echoed all around, filling the air with a suffocating tension. We stood our ground, eyes locked through the scopes, unwavering. Each thunderous shot brought down another coyote, steadily thinning the pack's numbers. We followed the barbed wire fence, then quickly moved up to a small rise for a better view and to intercept the next pack. Just minutes later, another target appeared. I let out a call, mimicking the familiar howl of a coyote, and it instantly turned its head in curiosity. The moment it paused, I fired. One perfectly placed shot, and another coyote dropped. But the encounter wasn't over yet. This time, my team and I quietly took position on higher ground, a spot that gave us a full view and control of the field. When the pack of coyotes appeared, I gave the signal, and gunfire thundered across the landscape under the fading light of sunset. As time went on, more and more coyotes poured in. Some dropped instantly, a few managed to slip away, but most couldn't escape the relentless storm of bullets we unleashed. The hunt ended in a clear victory. Coyote carcasses scattered across the weeds. Each weighed around 30 to 45 pounds, their coats a mix of gray and light brown. After a long, tense day, exhaustion set in, but more than anything, we knew we had done something meaningful, helping protect the crops, the livestock, and the livelihood of the people who call this land home. Our coyote hunt in Texas has come to an end, leaving us not only with trophies but also a mix of breathless tension and excitement. It was an unforgettable experience, where man came face to face with the raw wilderness of nature. Which moment stood out to you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow the channel so you won't miss our next adventures. Peace in Zimbabwe seems to have been disturbed by small but persistent noises. Troops of chacma baboons are becoming bolder. From the farms in the southern Mazuba region to the suburbs of Bungo, they not only tear up crops and attack people, but also break into houses, causing significant losses. Locals estimate damage at up to 450,000 Su in 2025. A radio station in Mambairo lost 15,000 Su after baboons chewed through cables, and farms around Hani reported thousands of dollars in losses after pens were ransacked and poultry stolen. Conflict between people and baboons is growing more tense, especially during droughts when water and food are scarce. Many farmers are being pushed to the brink, while local hunters, driven by the need to earn a living, are forced to act to protect livelihoods. So how do you approach these intelligent animals? Experienced hunters typically study troop movement, tracking the routes baboons commonly take, along the Save River or through garden plots near Betu. Identifying natural resting points where they stop to feed increases the chance of a safe approach. Thick brush around Nema or large boulders in the Mava pools are examples of ideal hideouts. They both block sight and give observers a place to wait. Choice of weapon and ammunition is not a trivial matter. In Zimbabwe, many prefer calibers such as the .23 Remington, .43 Winchester, or the 6.5mm Creedmoor for their accuracy and power, enough to resolve the situation without excessive recoil. Semi-automatic rifles are useful when quick follow-up shots are needed, for example when baboons bolt suddenly. By contrast, bolt-action rifles work better in open areas such as near Lake Curry, where shots may be taken from long distances. Scopes must be carefully zeroed, and hunters should practice trigger control so each shot counts. Shooting position often determines the success of a hunt. Hunters look for a solid rest like a bipod or a flat rock in the Cheru area to stabilize the rifle. When a baboon appears, the window for a shot often lasts only a few seconds. Firing from the flank or from behind usually optimizes effectiveness. After taking a shot, it is essential to hold position and observe. Troops may return or stay at a distance, creating an opportunity for a second shot. But don't let emotion override reason. The hunt isn't over even if the target is hit. A wounded baboon can be extremely dangerous. A single moment of inattention is enough for the hunter to become the victim. Therefore, watching the animal's reaction, confirming its condition and checking for bullet impacts are meant not just to assess the shot but, more importantly, to ensure the hunter's safety in future outings. But don't let emotion override reason. The hunt isn't over even if the target is hit. A wounded baboon can be extremely dangerous. A single moment of inattention is enough for the hunter to become the victim. Therefore, watching the animal's reaction, confirming its condition and checking for bullet impacts are meant not just to assess the shot but, more importantly, to ensure the hunter's safety in future outings. Being a hunter isn't as simple as grabbing a rifle and heading into the woods. Before I was allowed into the trade, I had to spend nearly a year in rigorous training, studying law, ecology, animal ethics, even anatomy. Only after passing tough exams and earning a license was I officially recognized. And every time I track wild boars in the forest, the tension is always there. One small mistake, and the prey either vanishes or, worse, turns back to attack. At first light, we quietly followed the trail and hid atop wooden stands for a better view. It didn't take long before heavy footsteps echoed, and wild boars burst out of the thickets. I quickly chambered around, and the gunfire shattered the still morning air. A few dropped instantly while the rest scattered in panic. As the smoke cleared, my heart was still pounding, caught between tension and adrenaline. Wild boars here aren't slow or foolish. On the contrary, they're cunning, move in tight groups, and become extremely dangerous when cornered. That's why we always keep a safe distance during an ambush. Through the dry leaves and tree trunks, I spotted one slipping out, its eyes sharp with caution. Slowly, I raised my rifle, steadying my breath to take aim. But its instincts flared, it turned to flee. Not giving it a chance, I squeezed the trigger and dropped it with a precise shot to the neck. Following the mountain slope, I spotted a wild boar foraging. I quickly raised my rifle. The moment I pulled the trigger, everything seemed to freeze. The bullet struck true, and the beast staggered before collapsing. Its heavy body rolled several times before disappearing down the steep hillside.
A powerful weapon, helping to detect.
A few minutes later, my teammate signaled. He'd spotted a wild boar charging down the slope. The first shot missed, and the beast darted straight into the thickets. We quickly changed course, chasing hard with pounding footsteps. Cunning and agile, it used the terrain to dodge bullets, but escape was never an option. The relentless pursuit wore it down until it stumbled into my sights. A thunderous shot rang out, its body slammed into the bushes, dust billowed up, and silence fell. This time, it felt like we had stumbled right into the boar's stronghold. One after another, they emerged, only to be brought down by our fire. Yet, watching each one fall never gave me any sense of triumph. Instead, a heavy weight pressed on me, hard to put into words. Still, to protect the land and keep nature in balance, I knew I had no choice but to carry on. As the hunt came to an end, our group gathered in the clearing to count the game. Before us lay the massive bodies of the boars we had taken down. But for me, the true reward wasn't in the catch, it was in the survival lessons, the bond of teamwork, and the desire to preserve the peace of this land. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and follow the channel to join us on more thrilling journeys ahead.
In some parts of Africa, billions of monkeys and baboons constantly attack farmlands, destroying crops and pushing farmers to the brink of despair. Hunters pursue them relentlessly. Farmers brace themselves for defense. And each year the struggle grows more intense.
Yes!
Whew.
Dude!
At dawn in Eastern Cape, South Africa, a thick fog blankets the cornfields of Komodo town, creating an eerie stillness. Yet that silence does not last. From the edge of the forest, a troop of primates surges out. Flooding the town. Agile and cunning, the monkeys dart through, snatching everything in sight before vanishing in a blink. Baboons and monkeys, with intelligence close to humans, not only raid farms and steal food, but also boldly invade homes across Africa. They cause millions of dollars in losses each year. In Cape Town, chaotic scenes unfold frequently. Baboons ransack kitchens, topple trash bins, and turn entire streets into a mess. For Thomas, a third-generation farmer, the consequences are devastating. Nearly 1/3 of his harvest has been lost, costing him thousands of dollars in a single season. A series of tense events led to the arrival of a former hunter from Montana, who came to Africa seeking the ultimate hunting challenge. But he quickly realized this opponent would not be easily defeated. They were smart, swift, and strategic, turning the hunt into a true battle of wits.
Yeah, no! Whoop! Woo!
On a hunt near a dew, people say a baboon might be worth just $20. Yet hunters know this is no ordinary chase. With rifles in hand, they move carefully through the thick grass of the savanna. Strict rules apply. Only target invasive animals that break into homes and farms. They maintain a safe distance of about 50 meters, ensuring minimal disruption to the ecosystem. Even so, for some in Africa, controlled hunting is seen only as a deterrent, not a lasting solution. Thus, another method is tried: trapping and relocation. The Adu Wildlife Conservation Organization works with local farmers, setting traps baited with ripe fruit. Once caught, the baboons are transported dozens of miles away, with the hope they won't return. It is a humane approach, but not without challenges. Baboons are extremely intelligent. Many quickly learn to avoid traps, making relocation difficult. Though Thomas hopes, doubts remain in his heart. Catching a few is easy, but will they ever give up this fertile land? or will they return soon after? So, between livelihoods worth millions and the duty of conservation, people here must walk a fragile line, striving to survive while weighing ethical questions in managing wildlife.
To make sure that they don't spook.
In the mountains of Asturias, Spain, locals are struggling against the threat of ferocious wild boar herds. Fertile fields can turn barren overnight, scarred by their storm-like destruction. These massive beasts are described as both swift and savage, enough to send chills down anyone's spine. Our hunting team quickly mobilized, spreading out into the dense forests, determined to track them down to the very lairs where they hide. No matter how cunning wild boars may be, they can't escape the traps of their own habits. Trails deep in the forest are stamped with countless hoofprints, clear signs that lead us straight to them. I moved carefully, avoiding any sound that might give me away. Then suddenly, from the thick brush ahead, a massive boar burst out, fast as an arrow. Without hesitation, I pulled the trigger. The gunshot echoed through the forest, the beast staggered, stumbled, and collapsed. One decisive moment was enough to seal the fate of this fierce creature. The sky suddenly darkened, and a chill crept through the treetops, making the forest feel heavier than ever. I moved into a tangle of fallen logs, pressing myself behind a massive trunk, silent and watchful. Then, without warning, a huge wild boar emerged into view. The instant it stepped forward, I squeezed the trigger. The shot rang out, and the beast collapsed on the spot. That kind of precision only comes from a hunter seasoned by years of experience. I moved quietly deeper into the forest, each step cautious, aware of the danger lurking around me. At the edge of the woods, a massive boar suddenly appeared, its fierce eyes locked straight on me. I quickly raised my rifle, kept my breathing steady, and pulled the trigger with a firm squeeze. The gunshot echoed, and the beast dropped instantly. Had I hesitated even for a moment, the outcome could have been disastrous. Yet in those perilous seconds, I knew my duty was clear: to stop the threat before it could wreak more havoc on the villagers' crops and land. That afternoon, I moved along the forest edge and settled into a shaded spot to watch. Through the thick foliage, the dark silhouette of a massive boar slowly came into view, wandering carelessly, unaware of the danger nearby. I steadied my hands, aimed carefully, and pulled the trigger. The first shot made it stumble before it could react. Quickly, I reloaded and fired again. The second shot brought it down clean. Late in the afternoon, I left the forest and moved to the roadside, taking my assigned position. Suddenly, a herd of wild boars burst out, their pounding hooves roaring like thunder. I stayed calm, aimed carefully, and squeezed the trigger. The shots rang out, the lead boar was hit and dropped instantly. The rest of the herd panicked and scattered back into the dense woods. As the last light of sunset faded, I spotted the final herd of boars hiding near the forest's edge. Without hesitation, I pulled the trigger, and the burst of gunfire sent the entire pack fleeing into the darkness. That marked the end of a long, grueling day where patience and determination were pushed to the limit. For the peace of this land, we're willing to stay awake through the night, give our all, and even face danger, just so the villagers can rest easy and their crops remain safe. The journey of facing the giant wild boars has come to an end, but the tension and danger still echo in our minds. What about you? What was the most unforgettable moment of this hunt? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell to join us in the next adventure.